Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and spending a little bit of your time with us to learn about this opportunity. My name is Sonia Magruder, and I've been with this company for over 11 years. It's been an incredible journey, and it has been such a blessing for my husband and I. Today, we're going to talk about the whole life transformation that Purium offers, which is health and wealth. And you're going to learn about this company, a company of 20 years, who the founders are, and why it is the best nutrition solution for the health problem in our country today. You're also going to hear from 3 doctors who are Purium brand partners, who are using this nutrition program as a resource for their patients. Sadly, we all know someone who has had cancer or has cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and so many other lifestyle diseases. The problem is the big problem with food in our country today. The state of food is one that is pretty bleak. Our bodies are constantly being bombarded with toxins, and one source of toxins are ultra processed, what we call frankenfoods. And you can see here, made in a lab, made to become addictive to people. And why is it that people are eating these foods? Well, busy lifestyles. Busy lifestyles enable these poor food choices, which in turn result in low energy, lack of sleep, brain fog, digestive issues, and even worse. These foods are laden with chemicals like sugar, glyphosate, inflammatory oils, artificial sweeteners, dyes, and carcinogenic ingredients. And they're linked to serious diseases like diabetes, leaky gut, cardiovascular disease, and even cancer. So what is part of the problem? Part of the big problem here is glyphosate. Glyphosate is one of the biggest culprits. It's a toxic chemical in Roundup weed killer that is found in many of these foods, and even in some foods that may be considered to be healthy. Glyphosate was originally patented as a mineral descaler, and then years later, it was patented as an antibiotic. It is insidious. It's virtually impossible to avoid. It's toxic, it's disruptive to the gut microbiome, and it's been linked to not only leaky gut and autoimmune disease, but also cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. And when something is affecting our gut like that, it's a serious issue. Why is gut health so important? Well, 70% of our immune system is in our gut. 90 to 95% of serotonin is made in our gut, which is linked to our mood. You hear about the gut-brain connection, and poor gut health can lead to having low mood, anxiety, depression. And if our gut is compromised, we're also not going to absorb nutrients, like we have leaky gut. So Purium has the real food solution that is also convenient. It answers the problem of convenience, the reason people are grabbing these fast foods and gas station and drive-through foods and boxed foods. And Purium offers a very simple solution that is affordable, accessible, and convenient. So we're going to bring on Dr. Paul Stately. Dr. Paul Stately, he is in California. And Dr. Paul, thank you so much for being with us this evening. And if you could share with us what your experience has been with your patients, how you've been implementing this.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for having me on. Obviously, I am super busy, so it's like kind of juggling it. So I ran in here, got it all set up, but psyched that everybody's on the same page and we're all trying to get healthy and we're all looking for, the new thing. And obviously for me, I'm a busy practitioner, probably Dr. Mike is as well. And for me, nutrition's a very important part of our clinic, but to take the time and sit down and go over the patients, hey, look, this is what you need, this is what we're going to do. It is very time consuming. So I've been looking for products, obviously, for the last, let's see, 36 years now that I've been in this field. So it's been a long time, and I've gone through quite a few different companies. And Melissa, who's been amazing, has done, a great job of helping me help my patients. So that's been just first and foremost, I wanted to say how much, I appreciate, Melissa and what she's been doing with my patients, and my patients are now showing me, the benefits that they're receiving from the products. And it's been pretty fun. And for me personally, I don't know if you can see this. I'm not a Zoomer, like I said earlier. Yeah, right there, this stuff, Power Shake, love it. I actually had to ask Melissa if it had caffeine in it, because I'm very sensitive to caffeine. She's like, no, it does not. I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm like, I feel really good. So anyway, I'm pretty hyped about it. I've been doing powders and pills and shakes for literally 36 years. And I can't tell you, when I open this, it looks alive. And I love it. It's like other shakes that you open the container and you're like, that doesn't look alive. That looks dead. That looks like it just got rolled over by a truck. And you're like, I'm going to put that in my blender. I'm going to have some cement, that's what it was. So I'm pretty psyched about it. Obviously my patients are very happy with the product, and it's been convenient because now patients like, hey, I moved to Tennessee or wherever they've moved to, and I'm like, hey, well, guess what, that's not a problem, we can drop ship that to you. And they're like, no way. Oh, great, my mom lives in Colorado, boom, at her doorstep. So that's been another, I guess, benefit for me, is trying to help more people outside of my clinic, which is great. And the other thing that, which is, I think is kind of important to me, is because I don't like waste. So I'm always like, my wife's like, are you really going to save that Ziploc? And I'm like, yeah, I am going to save that Ziploc. She's like, that's kind of weird. I'm like, why? It's perfectly good Ziploc. I'm going to rinse it out. I'm going to put it over here. It's fine. Okay. If you die from what's in there, then okay, we have a problem. I doubt it. So anyway, I'm kind of freaky like that. So the whole plastic thing, like people like, obviously probably think I'm a little over the top OCD, but that's okay. I love that when the packages arrive, it's like, whoa, look at this. There's not a bunch of extra plastic, because I save like my old stuff from standard process, my old stuff. Like I literally have it for like nails, bolts, because it's a perfectly good container that I chuck into a landfill. No, I don't want to do that. So I know that's maybe not everybody's focus here, but obviously it's one of my things that I really like about the company. And then obviously there is a little bit of upside because Melissa's made it very easy for me to find some financial freedom. I'm like, wow, this has been great, because she helps kind of plug and play, get the patients directed in the right way. And next thing you know, I've got a check from Purium. I'm like, okay, this sounds like a good fit. And, obviously I'm enjoying the product, and I don't sell a bunch of nutrition. That's just not my thing. So I only use what I sell. Maybe not the best, practice to have, but that's how I do it. And this works for me. And that's why I'm like, I'll make time out of my day to sit down and kind of give you my little 411 on what I think of the product and the company as a whole. So again, appreciate you having me on. I wish I could talk more, but obviously I got to get going.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stately. That was awesome. And we appreciate everything you shared. We know you're super busy, so thanks for being with us.
Well, thanks you guys so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we have another busy chiropractor here, who is Dr. Mike Hogan. So he's going to come on right now. Dr. Mike is in North Carolina with Blue Mountain Chiropractic. He is a busy guy. His wife is a chiropractor, and he's got 5 little kids. So talk about having a lot on your plate. You're amazing.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Stately. Well, you're gone now, but I'm a chiropractor. I've been in practice for 15 years, and I've been using green drinks for so long. And I tell patients, hey, you need a green smoothie. You need to go get a green shake. So much so that the people at Walmart who worked at Walmart said, oh, did Dr. Hogan send you? But I wasn't sending them to Walmart. You know what I mean? So I was always looking for something that could replace this processed food that's really deteriorating our patients. And so many of my patients, they deal with sleep issues, they deal with gut issues, and they deal with chronic pain. And so I can see on the x-ray, actually, I can see on the x-ray the inflammation in their gut, and I can see the inflammation in their spine. And the patient is differentiating between spine and back pain and gut pain, but it's all the same system. And we all know as practitioners that when people start eating healthy and their inflammation goes down, it helps them with all those pain points. And but people are just too busy. We're all too busy. It's just the world we live in now. So we need a simple and easy solution. So I quality is number one for me. Like I knew when my patients were going to Walmart, like I was upset because it's so challenging to find a brand after all these years. You try so many products that's all organic, that's all natural, that has the right ingredients in it. And I use this for myself and my family, and I've been using this for over 4 years. And finally, I implemented the business element. I think everybody really could use an alternative or a residual source of income, whatever they do. And the plan is really, it's really generous, I would say, because you know, spending thousands of dollars trying to keep supplements in on your shelves and sell them, it's not really as ideal. I think that this model works really well. The patients can just pick up the first ULT at the office, and then they just get drop shipped after that, and it's just really easy on both ends. And I simply in the reported findings, I look at their X-rays, or I talk to them a little bit, and I know that they have gut issues. They never tell me. I just know based on their clinical situation. I say, hey, do you deal with any gut issues? It could, and they usually say yes. And I would say, would you like to talk a little bit more about that? And we go to have a brief conversation about leaky gut and glyphosate. These chemicals are causing our gut to be inflamed, and we just can't process it. I had a patient last week. He just started the ULT about 30 days ago. And his wife told me, she said his stomach is out of control, like it's getting bigger and bigger. And the funny thing is, I know this patient, so I could also tell his bloating was getting like kind of out of control. And he just volunteered to me. He came in last week and said, my stomach was out of control and it's so much better. Like I didn't know what to do with my stomach problems. And it was really his gut, but he just referred it to it as his stomach. He said, my stomach's so much better. And he said, you know what really amazed me is my sleep cycle. My sleep cycle, I didn't even realize how bad my sleep cycle was until I'd been on Purium for a month. So the thing about when you really like move away from the processed foods and you start doing this type of meal replacement with this quality, it's going to enhance your whole nervous system. And as your nervous system enhances, your sleep will be better, your gut and your pain is better. So I love the product. I just ran out of it, and we've had a trouble. We've been in a hurricane lately, so we haven't really had a lot of supplies. I'm gonna order like 3 extra boxes next time this happens because you literally could almost live off this stuff, and I can't wait till my next shipment comes in. So yeah, I really am thankful to work with Purium. Melissa's been awesome. Sonia's been great. Um, there's so much support with the company as well, with the weekly calls and the Facebook support, because you really do need that backup, because it's a journey to get healthy, but 90 days and it's life transforming.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mike. And we appreciate you being here too. We know you've got so much going on right now. So thank you so much for jumping on and sharing that. We really
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Yeah, great to be here.
Thank
Okay,
you.
take care.
All right, you too. Okay, I'm just going to go back here a little bit because Dr. Mike did have to get on right away and he had to leave. So let's talk about who's behind this company. You just heard these 2 amazing chiropractors. You're going to hear one more who have really embraced this and really love the fact that this is live food and it's whole food, foundational daily nutrition. So who's behind it? Mission-driven co-founders and co-owners, Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner. Their mission has always been to help people transition off these harmful frankenfoods and give them real nutrition that's affordable, that's convenient, that's accessible. And they've partnered with regenerative and organic farmers all over the world to create this trusted superfood community. They've been doing this for manufacturing for over 30 years, and Purium has been in business for 20 years. So a little bit about Amy. Amy is the CEO, co-founder, and co-owner. She's a mom of 2 girls, and she had a personal health journey that actually helped her see the importance of real nutrition and how food can be medicine with the body. So that's how she got on this journey. And then Dave is the formulator and also co-owner and co-founder. Dave was mentored by giants in the holistic health world like Ann Wigmore, Dr. Bernard Jensen, and a personal experience of losing a loved one to a lifestyle disease that could have been prevented is what inspired Dave to get on this path and this mission. Another differentiating factor that's very unique is Purium is the manufacturer. They're based in California and Los Angeles. And that's really unique because most supplement products, when you look at the bottle, and when you go home tonight, pick up any random bottle that you have, it's probably going to say manufactured for. Our products say manufactured by. They are manufactured in-house with so many redundancies of testing, thorough, meticulous testing, in-house and third party. Every ingredient is even identity tested, like DNA tested, to verify that that is truly indeed the ingredient that they're getting from the supplier. So they're just they have such high integrity, certified organic. There's no binders, no fillers. And Dave and Amy have a whole food philosophy. So there are no synthetic isolates. And I think Dr. Stately mentioned something about when he opened it up, it looked like it was alive because it is live food. And just to give you an idea of how far this goes, when they are the manufacturer, they have control over every aspect that goes into making these products. And Dave and Amy, they have infused the mission of the company, and it's reflected in so many ways. So this is just one detail. I'll give you an example. When the truck arrives with the ingredients, the truck is inspected first before any ingredients come inside the facility. If there's any mold, any dirt, a bug, anything like that, it's rejected. It's sent back. If they weren't the manufacturers, they would not be able to do that. This is my husband and I. Whoops. There it is. This is my husband and I at the manufacturing facility. It says Diamond Club there. We have a benchmark. When you get to Diamond in our company, you get to earn this trip and take a tour of the manufacturing facility. We were so excited to do that. We've done it several times now, as has Melissa, and it's really fascinating. So it's exciting when people get to witness that and actually see what goes into making these products. So to reiterate, these products are so good for the body. We have the only proven glyphosate solution, no binders, no fillers, never anything artificial. It's convenient. It solves that issue of busy lifestyle and convenience, and good for the planet. So Dr. Stately, something he's very passionate about, the plastic-free initiative that we started a few years ago. And by doing that and putting the products in biodegradable, compostable packaging, we've saved or prevented over 300,000 pounds of plastic from going into the environment. And only 1 out of 65 products is still in plastic. Everything else is biodegradable and compostable. Here's just some visual results of what this program has done, the ultimate 90-day lifestyle transformation. You can see a lot of skin issues resolved. This is a solution for healthy weight loss, a healthy alternative to weight loss. The gentleman in the middle,
Uh-oh, so it looks like Sonia's frozen. The gentleman in the middle, he is a very busy realtor, and he had type 2 diabetes. And within 3 weeks, his doctor was so very proud of him because he had great news. He no longer needed his diabetes medication. And that was his doctor's words. Of course, we always say, work with your doctor. These are testimonials we get to hear all the time. And it's such a beautiful thing. There's bad Wi-Fi on the East Coast right now, so I'm just jumping in here. These testimonials, there's no shortage of them. And you will find them in our Facebook support group, which you can plug your clients and patients into. We have that support. And every single week, we also have a coaching call for all of your clients. It's plug and play. It's such a beautiful system. The systems in place work. And if you're coachable, just like the doctor said, we're here for you. We will hold your hand every step of the way. I know those 2 doctors said that Melissa's been great, but that's because I'm working directly with them. Whoever invited you here, they will work directly with you. Hey, Sonia, thanks for coming back.
okay, so I'm back on my phone, and I'm guessing you cannot see the PowerPoint anymore because it disconnected.
Nope.
Can't see it. Okay, so I can see here where we're at. So Dr. Silver, he is my chiropractor, and he's going to come on next. He's here in St. Pete. He's with Neuroplasticity St. Pete. He's a chiropractic neurologist and absolutely amazing. He's been embracing these products, using them himself as well as his wife, and incorporating it into the practice. So Dr. Silver, welcome.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm in Florida, so dealing with a little bit of hurricane stuff. So it's been crazy, but good. And so, yeah, I'm a chiropractic neurologist and skilled kinesiologist. I've been doing a lot of muscle testing for different supplements for the last 2-3 years. And I typically use standard process and research nutritionals. But I met Sonia back in like January, February, and she introduced me to Purium, and I said, let's give it a shot. So me and my wife committed to the 90 days, and my wife did really well, like really, really well, because she gained 50 pounds during pregnancy. She lost 40, and she was just angry about the last 10. And she comes from a history of eating disorders. So for her, being able to just like go in the kitchen and make a shake within like 2 seconds without having to think about anything and know that she was putting good food into her body that was nourishing, like for her sanity of just food, that helped a tremendous amount, first of all. But she lost the 10 pounds. And then what I didn't expect was her PMDD. And PMDD is basically PMS on steroids. And so, I was kind of scared of her a week out of the month. And that got way better with just the Purium. And that's awesome because to try to like figure out what the hormones were doing and then try and figure out where to insert in special hormones, that can be really expensive and time consuming and hard to figure out. But with something like Purium, where you're just kind of trying to restore the system back to normal, you're going to get a lot of good side effects like that, things that you didn't expect to do better. And so I've started to incorporate Purium into my practice for the right patients. And I see a lot of patients with joint issues, what chiropractor doesn't. But the link here is that our cartilage is made out of chondroitin sulfate, which is half glucose and half sulfur. And our body uses glucose for energy. And if our blood sugar isn't working right, then we could have problems making cartilage. We'd rather have fuel than cartilage. And this is kind of the nutritional link to arthritis. But it gets worse because sulfur is used in detox. And so if you have a lot of chemicals in you, then you can't make chondroitin sulfate because you're lacking sulfur. And that's what's so cool about Purium is it handles both. It will help blood sugar regulation, it will help detox, and you'll be able to make more cartilage and have less arthritis, less pain. So it actually makes my whole job of, just getting people out of pain much easier when I know they're eating something that I trust. And that's whole food, that's real, and any nutrients you're going to absorb better from a whole food source than from a processed pill. It's always going to be true. You get better absorption from the apple than from the magnesium pill. So that's what's cool about Purium. It's real food. It's real food. It's made simple. It's consumer friendly. It's easy. And it personally helped me in my life. So I have a major thank you to Sonia for introducing it to us. We're starting to get a couple checks in the mail from the clinic, which is exciting. And I'm just excited to see where it goes. So that's
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much, Dr. Josh Silver.
Of
That is
course.
awesome. Love hearing your personal experience and your wife's experience as well. So thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Amazing. So, okay, yes, look, technology is not going to stop us from doing what we're doing here. So you heard the testimonials of these three amazing doctors. So let's talk about why Purium for the patients. You heard a lot of what they just said, and it's affordable. It's highest quality, high compliance. It's a simple system that the patient can actually do and follow. Because if there's no compliance, what's the point? They're not going to get the benefit. It's customizable for dietary needs, and it creates true lifestyle change. I think that's really huge. Really gets the patient or the client into lifestyle habits that are sustainable. And there's community support, just like Dr. Stately had mentioned and Dr. Hogan. So now, why Purium for the patients? Why for your practice? I think it was a Dr. Stately, I think, said drop shipping to when patients move away. They can still get the products. They don't have to come to the clinic to get it. Money's not tied up on shelves with excess inventory. It's a good idea to have a few boxes, and that's what these doctors have done, is had a few boxes. And one of them mentioned, they can take their first box with them, and then after that, the rest can be sent to them. So that can be done, but you don't have to tie up tons of money on shelves and then products expire and you've lost money. Residual income. This creates a residual income as well as a leveraged income where you can leverage your time. The products deliver results, and results result in referrals. Happy patients refer other patients. It's a great way to diversify your income as well, not keep all your eggs in one basket of one or two streams of income. But with the built-in client base, it's a perfect fit to diversify and add that additional revenue stream. Now I'm going to introduce, again, you've seen Melissa and heard about Melissa. So here she is, Melissa Hansen. She was a massage therapist for 20 years. She has retired herself from massage and retired her husband. And she's joining us from Mallorca, Spain right now, where her and her husband are vacationing for a couple months.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you for being so flexible. I know that a lot have had a rough time getting onto this Zoom. So if you were able to make it despite the Wi-Fi being down in the storm, we appreciate your time and energy. This business has been such a dream for me. Like Sonia mentioned, I was a massage therapist for 20 years, and I loved it because I love helping people. But massage therapy is very physically demanding, and it's hours for dollars. There's no leaving for months on end and still getting paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. This is the kind of business that allows us to be completely remote. Now, I know doctors they're probably going to stay in their practice, but to have an additional income, nobody's ever complained about that. These doctors love it. There's only so much time in the day. Okay, so I was doing massage therapy for 20 years. I had never done anything like this before. But when Sonia shared with me that she replaced her multiple six-figure real estate income with this business, I thought, wow, if she could do that without any health and wellness background, maybe I could do something like that. It painted a picture of what was possible. And she said, there's no glass ceiling on this, Melissa. Sky is the limit. So I got really excited and I just did everything she told me to do. And it has been life-changing in ways that words cannot even express. It's allowed me to retire my husband. We are actually in Spain right now. We're in Europe for 2 months. It's been an absolute dream. And I've been able to help a handful of my friends retire their spouse. If that's not gratifying, I don't know what is. So this business has been incredible. And for anyone in the medical field and the wellness industry, it's such a no-brainer. You need quality nutrition, something that's affordable, simple for the client to follow, drop shipped to their home, highly leveraged. It's such a beautiful business model. Now, most doctors we work with, they're busy. These doctors that jumped on, they only had a 15-minute window to share with in their day to jump on this Zoom to talk for 2 minutes. Now, are they going to be working this 10, 20 hours a week? Maybe not. Maybe they share it when they can. But what has been the sweet spot is finding other practitioners, other friends who are in the health and wellness space to work with them. Sometimes friends and family that they know have the right energy, they'll invite them to work with them. Now it's truly leveraging their time. They're getting a weekly commission check, a monthly bonus check, and it's really smart to diversify one's portfolio. So whether you're a doctor, a massage therapist, a chiropractor, anything in the health and wellness space, that's why we're doing this Zoom specifically for you, because although your time is tight, this business is very possible. You can absolutely do this. Your patients will love it. You can't fake the energy that you just heard from Josh Silver, Dr. Mike Hogan, and Dr. Paul Stately. These guys are doing it. They're using it. They're products of the product, and they share it with their patients. And then they connect. They have support. They're busy, but they have support. If your friend or family invited you here, they will most likely be the one helping you build this business. So don't worry if you've never done anything like this. You can absolutely do this and be very successful with it. Now let's talk about the numbers. Sonia's my numbers gal, so she is going to share a little bit more about the compensation plan. Thanks, Sonia.
All right. Thank you so much, Melissa. So I am not able to screen share anymore because I'm on my phone now, but whoever invited you can show you our income disclosure statement. And you can look at that and you can see what the average annual incomes are per what we call rank or benchmarks in the company. And you'll see all the way from, you know, a 14,000 a year additional coming in to all the way up to over $500,000 a year. So it's, the sky is the limit. Like Melissa said, there's no ceiling on this. And I love what you said, Melissa, about the leverage part with colleagues, because your patients and your clients are going to be consumers. They're going to be product consumers, but you know, other colleagues, like Melissa, massage therapists, acupuncturists, other doctors. And that's when they're making sales to their client base or their patient base. You're not even involved. You're not even there, but you're making that leveraged income. So that's the beauty of this. So how do you get started? You get your ultimate lifestyle transformation, just like all these doctors did. We highly recommend getting the additional 3 boxes, have that small amount of inventory on hand, and those will be rotated. And the person who invited you can explain how that works to you. So thank you everyone so much for speaking tonight. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you all the doctors and everybody here who joined us. And everyone who came as a guest, get back to the person who invited you. They'll be able to answer any other questions that you might have, and they can get you started so that you can join in on this amazing opportunity. Thank you, everyone.